Hello and welcome back to your free online course, 3 Steps to Goal Success. And welcome to Module 1, which is Step 1, answering the question, why? Why are you willing to give effort? Why are you willing to give attention to the particular goal you have in mind? Now, the purpose of this step is to really lean back a little bit, take a step back, and really go through your thought process. And I have some questions here to get you in that mode. And if you haven't done so yet, feel free to download the worksheet that's with this module as well to fill out as you go along, or just take some notes or jot down some thoughts during this training video, and then you can download the worksheet and do all your hard work after. But in thinking about the questions of the why you have this goal in mind, one of the first questions that we don't always ask ourselves is why this particular goal? Why have you chosen this goal to put on your list as a priority for you? Is it something that you've come to on your own? Is it something that somebody challenged you to do? Is it something you've seen someone else do and you want to give it a shot? And I ask this question because it doesn't matter which direction or where that particular question comes from or your motivation for the goal, but it is really important to think about and write down why it's important to you. Because the next question you need to ask is, okay, this is important to me, but how important to me? Because obviously because it's a goal, it's something that's of importance. But the next piece of this is to really rate on a scale of 1 to 10, how important is this goal? Meaning, if you achieve this goal, what impact will it have on your life? If you don't achieve this goal, if you don't make it, to the end, how much of an impact will that have on your life? And that's just something that we need to keep in mind, because it could be something, okay, I want to do this because I saw someone else do it, but it's really not that important to you. And chances are, if it's not that important to you, it's going to fall by the wayside. On the other hand, if it's something that comes from self-motivation or a challenge that you want to do or someone has challenged you with, and it really is important to you, you have even that much more of a chance of achieving that particular goal. The third question to ask in this particular area of the overarching why questions is the influence. And this goes back to importance as well, but it's what type of influence, if I do achieve this goal, will this have on my life? How will that influence my decisions? How will that influence my day in and day out? And while people say, oh, this is a no-brainer, oftentimes if we don't think about, if we achieve something and it has great influence on our day-to-day, we're going to be able to keep up with that goal and keep moving. But if it's one of those pieces where it's a nice to have, or it's something you can think about doing sort of out here, that doesn't always bode well for full success. Now, this last question is one that is a tough one to answer. And some people say, well, yeah, of course I'm ready because I thought of the goal. But it really is an evaluation to say, am I ready to achieve this? And so to walk through a full example of this, of a client that I have that I've been working with for a couple of years now, and she is getting ready to write a book. Now I understand not everyone is made to write a book, not everyone wants to do that, but it's a great example of to walk through this. So in asking her when she wants to write a book, why does she have this goal? And she honestly says that she has a message that she wants to share, and she's lived a long, full life, and she wants to help other people learn from her mistakes and also from her accomplishments. On the level of importance, on a scale of 1 to 10, she gave it an 8. I mean, she's been in the healthcare industry for over 3 decades, and she thinks it's really important, especially now with the number of people coming up into the healthcare system to work within it, to treat patients, to work with physicians. It's really important to her. Now, in terms of influence, this one was interesting for her because she said, well, the influence was both on her and other people, because the influence for her was to actually go through her experiences and some of them to even relive. And that was something she wanted to have an influence on herself, but then also influencing other people who would be reading the book. So influence was high on her radar screen too. And in terms of being ready, well, I loved her response, and I said, "Are you ready for this?" And she said, "Well, I really haven't felt ready for so many things in my life, so I may as well jump in now." And so from that perspective, just her response and being comfortable with herself, I think, okay, I think she is ready for that, because it's going to be hard work. And it's going to be so many challenges to come across, but she's ready for that because she has a really good understanding of the purpose of her goal. She has a really good understanding of how important it is to her and the influence it can potentially have on her and other people. So putting those in line, she feels very ready to go forward with that goal. So with this worksheet, I'd like you to take some time, and if you have more than one goal in this process, use a worksheet for each goal and be really honest with these questions of why you're choosing this goal, how important it is to you, the influence, and if you're ready. And it's okay if you're not ready. And it doesn't mean it's not something you should go forward with. But it's good to know that ahead of time. And on the other hand, if you're ready for 5 goals, that's awesome. Then now you can move to the next steps of 2 and 3 to figure out exactly the effort and measurement for those goals. So I hope you enjoyed this first training session in Module 1 on the why and the attention, and that these questions get your brain moving and thinking about exactly the type of goal you want to set for yourself, reevaluate or evaluate the goals you have in mind. And once you've done this and taken the time to go through for your goal or multiple goals, then go ahead and go to Module 2, which is the what, or the effort it'll take to go forward and accomplish the goals that you've already figured out why you want to do them in this first module. So thanks so much, and I'll see you in Module 2.